Hey, it's Drew. Welcome back to Farthen's Blame House Fun. Okay, what we're going to do now, we're going to get all of the dry ingredients and stuff and start mixing it up before we start the cooking. What I've got my spoons. I've got a quarter teaspoon, half teaspoon, 1 teaspoon, half tablespoon, and tablespoon. I also have measuring cups. I have a quarter cup and I have a half cup. This should be all that we need for this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the ingredients and start putting them in a container where we're going to mix them. So, we're going to start off with garlic powder. So we've got the garlic powder. So we're not.
It looks like we have a giant tub of garlic powder. That's actually the tofu.
Nice.
It's like yellowed in the sunlight.
And we've got 4 teaspoons of chili powder that we're going to use. So get this.
I would recommend doing it either over the sink or over the bowl.
2.
Or Dad's
3,
dad.
and 4. That'll work. And since we're not touching it, making human contact or anything, we're going to go ahead and wipe away the spices so we don't get it in the next one. It's not good.
Because that would be nasty.
So the next thing we've got is a half teaspoon of paprika. So there's half teaspoon.
Oh, and during the duration, if you noticed, in the first part when Farthen scratched his head, he has not touched food since.
Don't! Yeah, my hands were clean directly after that.
Yes, like after we shot the video, we were like looking through the video that we had recorded, making sure we didn't have to like re-record it or anything. And he was like, "I'm washing my hands now."
Yeah, wash your hands constantly when you're doing any sort of prep work like this.
Especially when you're touching a camera.
True that. So.
And we're like taking turns. I didn't realize this until now, but we're like taking turns with the camera.
Okay, it's half teaspoon of lemon, or 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. Now we're going to do a cup of oven-dried tomatoes. This is going to be gunky. Hey, it fit good. So there's blah.
Oh my gosh, that looks like. Oh, I want to say something really gory, but
don't say anything gory.
I know. I'm sorry.
So half. Okay, a little bit more. Oh, you know what? Well, I should have mixed up the spices first before I put this in. Oh well.
Whoa. Oh my gosh, shirt.
And then we're going to do a half cup of salsa.
Someone's phone is going crazy. I think it's Mom's.
Okay, well. And we can blame the phone for waking her up. We're going to mix all this stuff up. This is going to be the flavor. And the flavor is really important with tofu because tofu by itself is very bland.
Or blah.
Or blah.
So make sure you get like the seasonings perfect and stuff. And we'll put all the ingredients are in the description for part 1.
And I would make a recommendation that instead of using the sun-dried tomatoes, you go ahead and get yourself some tomato sauce because this is going to be thick and chunky Tonchos.
Who cares?
But we'll give you a taste test and we'll let you know how this turned out. If you're feeling adventurous, just do it exactly according to the ingredient list that I gave you before. Okay. So that is good and mixed. Oh, almost forgot the cilantro.
Oh my gosh. I won't measure it.
There, that's it. Oh, there you go. That was it.
I think that's a bit too much.
Nope, it's going to be fine. You're going to love it. Cilantro is the spice to use.
I like cilantro a lot.
Yes, when making a Mexican dish, cilantro is the great accent. Unless, of course, you hate cilantro. An interesting point. Cilantro is one of those spices that people generally really, really love or they really, really hate. There's not a whole lot of people that are kind of neutral about it. I myself love cilantro. Can't have enough of it.
I'm kind of neutral about it.
This is going to be good. This is good and mixed now.
Oh my gosh, it smells like heaven. Oh, and if you're wondering...
Can you smell it? Okay, yeah.
It looks gross on camera, but let us assure you it is not. And the reason we're cooking a vegetarian or pescatarian dish is because I'm pescatarian and I don't eat meat.
She just eats fish.
Yeah, and I don't eat fruits or veggies either.
Okay, and then one more thing. I almost forgot. We're going to go ahead and get the oil, and we're going to put that in the pan, and that's what we're going to clear out with. We need 4 tablespoons of oil.
This is our pan. That's the iron skillet, right?
Yes, I use an iron skillet because it can get very, very hot and not warp. If you do this, a lot of times with tofu, it needs to get really hot in order for it to cook.
I accidentally paused the video for a second.
Okay. Tell me when you're ready.
It's recording now.
Oh, we're recording now?
Yeah,
okay.
It was just for a second because I pressed the button to like light up the screen and keep it from turning off. But I accidentally pressed the pause button. I didn't even know there was a pause button on this thing.
Are you doing this right now while we're recording?
Yes.
That's an awful lot. Okay, anyway. What I did is I put the 4 tablespoons of oil in the pan. I'm going to turn the pan on.
Oops.
And I'm going to cook it. I'm going to start it off on high.
So like cupping the bottom of the pan.
And when it gets hot, I'm going to add my garlic and my onion powder. And then we'll get back to cooking the tofu. That's it for now.
Oh, bye. Love you guys. You are my fans. Yay.